Next up at UFC 268, we have Al Iaquinta versus Bobby Green. Al Iaquinta 14-6 overall, 2-3 coming off of back-to-back losses in his last 5 and a 2-year layoff. Oh boy. Oh boy. Bobby Green, 27-12 overall, 3-2 in his last 5, coming off of 2 hard-fought decision losses. Listen, I mentioned Al Iaquinta is coming back after a 2-year layoff. Honestly, he's a journeyman with incredible toughness, high school level wrestling, good striking or decent striking, and a willingness to mix it up. He really made a name for himself in his loss to Khabib. He stepped up on like 1-day notice, took Khabib to a decision. He actually defended a few takedowns, and he left that fight with people being very high on him, as they should have been, right? Like, Khabib was an unstoppable force. Al Iaquinta took it on 1 day's notice.
And Al Iaquinta was an immovable object.
Defended some takedowns, made that fight go to a decision. He got a lot of attention for that. That was sort of his coming out party. People really started looking at him different. Then he went on to beat Kevin Lee, and then he lost 2 in a row against 2 good strikers, and we haven't seen him in 2 years. He's been fighting with the UFC over pay and a million other things. But this is at MSG. He wanted to fight at MSG, so he is back, and I don't frankly know how prepared is he, because I thought he was pretty much retired, a real estate agent, feuding with the UFC, and I think he's honestly coming back because it's at Madison Square Garden, and he is a New Yorker. Bobby Green, he's coming off of that awesome fight with Rafael Fiziev, where he stole that last round and looked fantastic. He has that Roy Jones style boxing with the low hands and the jumping in and out. He's a very good grappler. He's pretty good everywhere. He should have the striking advantage. And with his 72% takedown defense, he should be able to keep it on his feet. I've really come to like Bobby Green over the last few years. This should be a fun fight, and I think Bobby's superior striking, Al's willingness to get into a brawl, will be great for us as fans. It'll be really bad for Al, though. Both these guys are crazy tough. I see a 3-round striking match with Bobby getting his hand raised, being on the right side of a lot of these exchanges. I think the odds are correct. I think everything on this screen is pretty accurate. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I think Bobby absolutely dominates this fight. He looked fantastic. You mentioned that Fiziev fight. I think he almost got like a finish in the 3rd round. Fiziev was dead tired. He's chasing him around the octagon. And Bobby hasn't had a finish since like 2013 or something crazy. He's got all these decisions, but there's something that tells me, and I've been looking at the odds, I feel like he's going to get a finish versus Al Iaquinta. You mentioned we don't know what Iaquinta's been doing. I think he comes in, tries to wrestle heavy. I honestly think, people forget about Bobby Green, his jiu-jitsu skills. I'm looking at these round 1 submission plus 3,500, round 2 submission plus 4,000, round 3 submission plus 4,500. I think there's some, you mentioned Al Iaquinta's a wrestler, but doesn't have the high level wrestling. I think there's some sloppy shots. I think there's a guillotine there. I think there's something there that Bobby can grab and get a submission win. So, I'm looking at these odds. I'm probably going to throw some money at some of that. I like Bobby all the way in this. Even if it doesn't get a finish, I think he absolutely dominates this fight. He looked fantastic his last fight, and he's a good fighter, man. So I'm on your side as well. I like Bobby all the way.
Yeah, I like Bobby. He'll be in my lineup. You're saying you think there's a finish here, so you like the less Monkey Knife fight then?
They're
both just so freaking tough.
Right. None of these guys really get finishes on the offensive side. Neither one of them really get finished on the defensive side. So I think the safe play is definitely more and more on this. I just see these odds and I'm like, plus 4,000, plus 2,000, it's hard to ignore stuff like that sometimes.
I can ignore it. No problem. I think you have the issue ignoring those crazy numbers because I push them off to the side every single week. So it should be a fun fight. I think in all likelihood, maybe less more because 106 is a lot and Al may be shooting a ton. So maybe less more, but I do think it's a decision. And I do think it's pretty high volume on both sides because they're super, super tough. The big question mark here is not who's going to win because I think that's pretty clear. It is what has Al Iaquinta been doing for the last 2 years? Because like I said, he was pretty checked out in the UFC, feuding with them publicly, became a real estate agent, had absolutely no intention in fighting. Now, all of a sudden, they're at Madison Square Garden and he's on the card. And I feel like it may be a bucket list thing. Like, oh, they're at MSG. I have to do it. and less of a, let me get my career back on track thing. So we'll see what happens. wewantpicks.com/bets. Sign up, make a deposit, let me know, and I'll send you $50, Cash App, PayPal, however you want it. Don't forget, go to wewantpicks.com/bets and make a deposit. We have 3 different betting partners to work with. Grab one, jump in, make a deposit, reach out, let me know after you did, and I will send you $50, however you want it, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. All I need from you is your username, screenshot of deposit. I'll get you paid. Thank you very much for the watch. Like, subscribe, do all the things, and claim your free money.